I'm going to talk to you guys about three things in this video. One is the Nightfall Spec, which I'm going to be playing in this battleground here, which was a great game that highlights the Nightfall Spec. And as well as I'm going to talk to you about my opinions about the Demonology Spec, and just some of my thoughts about World of Warcraft and 7.2.5 here, and where maybe World of Warcraft is going, as well as I'm going to talk to you guys about some of the Hearthstone expansion. This game here I played in the Eye of Storm, and I wanted to highlight a different kind of spec. It's an AoE spec. It will work on battlegrounds like Eye of Storm here, and it revolves around using Nightfall and Seed of Corruption, as well as Soul Conduit. I use it with an Infernal as well, just to do extra AoE damage, and I also still use the thing where it refreshes the dots from the PvP talents. What happens is you get so many soul shards from casting Curse of Agony on a lot of opponents, and you want to go with improved Curse of Agony and improved Corruption. And what it does is you can see where my weak aura is telling me when Nightfall procs, so I can throw out a free Seed of Corruption on them. So it's really, really powerful, especially when they're all clumped up in the middle here. You can hide down in the little ditch. This spec is amazing. I still use his Death Coil. See, I use Death Coil to get that guy off me, and I'm just hucking seeds at him. Now, it's not as powerful as the Ice Cream Melt spec or the Melt spec, because you don't get the single target damage, but you can see even this guy here, he's having problems because the life drain that you get from being a Warlock is just really powerful. What's really awesome though is you get when they're all clumped up, you cast these tons of Seed of Corruptions. It also is really good at repelling people off flags. And remember, as Affliction, you get healed from corruption ticks. I use my health stone there, and it's just really powerful. So I want to move to this ditch, this gully ditch here. This spec will work amazing in other battlegrounds too that are more focused on the zergy battlegrounds. I'm thinking of like Alterac Valley, where everybody's like packed up near one of the graveyards, or a choke point in the graveyards there. It's really awesome. So just what you're going to see in the rest of this game, it's going to be amazing, and you're going to see my damage is going to be ridiculous. So my thoughts on Demonology: when Legion first came out, Demo by far was one of the best specs because you had a lot of just awesome abilities. You had things like Implosion, which was nerfed because you used to be able to drop out like a ton of imps on people and implode them and just like one-shot them. It was amazing. It was really cool too. It was still difficult to pull off to get all those imps out, but too many people complained, and because Blizzard doesn't want people to get one-shotted in this game. And also you had really great defensive buffs as Demonology. Besides all the synergy with you and your pet, you could actually use two buffs at a time. You could use like Unending Resolve, as well as like Blood Pack and Demon Skin. So someone gets on you, you empower all your demons, and then suddenly you have a huge shield on you, which is amazing. Plus you have Demon Skin. That was in the first iteration of Legion. Then this stuff started to nerf all that, and Demonology sort of started to fall off hard from there. But even now in 7.2.5, they're still really pretty gimped, and they've nerfed their total HP. Like you can see here, playing Affliction, I have 5.44 million HP, and when I'm playing Demonology, I only have like 4.8 million, so I almost lose a million HP. So they've nerfed Demonology significantly, and it just doesn't seem like they want you to play it. Demonology used to have more HP than Affliction, and we also lose things like the Health Stone that Affliction has, plus all the self-healing from like Siphon Life, the Corruption ticks, the Draining Life, because you're draining a lot more to refresh your dots. So unfortunately, Demonology, I have videos of it, but they're just not impressive because the spec itself is not that impressive. So unfortunately, it's a really fun spec to play. You just won't do that much damage, and there's a lot of great abilities that you want to do or want to use, but you have to give up things when you play Demonology to get the specs. You can see here where I'm in the ditch. I'm casting all these Seeds of Corruption here, and you'll start to see where this spec really shines here. I'm like pretty much the only one here. My Demon is up there. The Infernal's up there, getting them off the flag. So it does an AoE attack Most people are ignoring it, or they just might think it's somebody else's infernal, and then the seeds are getting onto people, and I'm trying to cast corruption. I'm a little bit out of range, so I'm trying to do my best to get in range there. So just to summarize, Affliction just does a lot more damage, and you get a lot more killing blows, and the self-healing is just super, compared. The healing, especially on pug battlegrounds where you don't get healed at all, especially as a warlock, you need all the healing you can get. But there are some awesome comps if you wanted to try this. One of my friends, Ross, sent me a video, and this could totally work for arena if you wanted to play like Resto Druid, Demonology, and Unholy DK. And the reason why is this guy called it the nameplate comp, because there's just so many pets on the battlefield. You're just zerging people down. But if you think about the combos that you can do with it, I'm going to die here. I think I'm getting healed though. But see, I'm still casting Seed of Corruption. I use my health stone again there. And you can see I'm just doing a ton of damage, especially when you have improved corruption. They're trying their best to kill me. I'm trying to drain my life, drain life to get my health back up. I don't have any shards. People are getting dispelled, so I finally died. But if you think about that comp, Resto Druid, Resto Druid, Unholy DK, and Demonology Warlock, you drop the Cyclone into the Fell Lord, and they're all tripped up. Plus you have, or you like Death Grip, the healer into the Cyclone, and the Fell Lord still does a lot of damage. It's still really awesome. And so that comp, especially if you time it right, it takes a lot of skill. You could time it with your Doom Tick, and the Doom Tick does hit really hard still. It can hit for like 500,000. So if you time that all together, but there's a lot, the skill difficulty to play Demonology that effective is very hard for most players. They're not going to do it. Affliction is a lot easier to play. It also does just a ton of damage, and you get the killing blow stuff. The thing also that Demonology is really awesome with, that I've talked about in previous videos, way back on this channel, is that Demonology, look at this is the key of the spec. Look at how many seeds I'm casting on these people. They're fighting other teammates, and look at how low everybody's getting. The healer in the back is just spam healing these guys to keep them alive. You can't dispel a demon when it's on you, right? But you can dispel Affliction. So in arena, warlocks still kind of have problems. They're sort of just still kind of middle tier. Some of my thoughts about WoW now. The PvP in this game is still really amazing and really top tier compared to most MMOs and a lot of other games in general. There's the problem is you still have to grind to max level. One problem that they need to do in this game is that even if you lose a battleground, they still should give you some type of artifact power as a reward. I understand that would encourage people to AFK more, but they should reward it based on the amount of healing or damage that you do and maybe your kill death ratio. So we incentivize players, and also if they win the game, they win the objective too, they can also get a bonus too. So they get rewarded in longer games in this PvP. So it would encourage more alliance to PvP too, because there is a lot of good alliance players, but the queue times for a horde are really high, so we need more alliance players to do this. Look at how awesome the spec is. Remember, I had a little downtime, and I also died once this game, and you're not going to believe how much damage I've done this game. Look at, I'm just down the gully here, down this little ditch, sneaking around, and look at every time Nightfall procs, I'm just hailing down these Seeds of Corruption, which are just exploding on everyone up there. So you can see that this is the key of this spec. And in between the Seed of Corruptions, I cast Agony, and I'm tabbing around casting Agony so I can build up my stacks. And so I'm trying to build it. And see, I've done so much damage there, it pushed those guys past off them, and they can't take the flag because my Infernal up there, not only are they getting hit with Seed of Corruption, but my Infernal up there is ticking them. So if they even take 1 damage, it resets the countdown on it. My other thoughts, the problem though is like you have to grind up to max level to really play this game, and even then, but just as a sort of a success story, if you're thinking about playing World of Warcraft again, they've made it really easy with all the catch-up mechanics to get back into it. You could get to be pretty competitive and just beat PvP, I think, in a week. Obviously, because they made gear, you can get pretty good gear from just pugging around in battlegrounds, as well as the artifact power stuff. So it just takes you a few weeks to really get back to, I would say, a competitive level compared to some other games. like BDO or something, where it would take you like months to really get competitive. It's hard to play with alts with this game. That's another sort of complaint, but they've made it easier. That was initially when this game was released. They made it much harder to play with alts, but now they've made it so you can buy a tomb and get to artifact knowledge, I think level 40. It just costs you some of the order hall resources. But that was a big problem when the game first came out, because there's so many cool classes and cool things you can play. Like DKs are really powerful right now, I feel like. There's a lot of other battlegrounds in this game compared to other games too, which is really nice. You know, this game is very mature. It's been around for more than 10 years. So there's a lot of history. So a lot of players, this Demon Hunter's jumping down, he's trying to get me, but I think he gives up. But look how much damage I'm doing down here in the gully. He comes down and just banishes me. So you realize I'm just destroying him so they can't get the flag. There's a great amount of abilities too in this game. I think, but they could trim back on some of the abilities, it feels like. I'm trying my best to stay alive here. But you can see all the healing that you're getting from all the corruptions. It's amazing. I do have a healer healing me right now, which is really nice. Another last thing here is the Hearthstone expansion's coming out tomorrow. That's August 10th. The Knights of the Frozen Throne, which sort of plays off the Lich King and stuff, which is really cool. They come out with a free mission pack or, you know, adventure pack where you can go fight the Lich King. It's going to be really awesome. They have 135 new cards in it. I already play a bit of Hearthstone. It's my mobile game. I love playing it. It's a lot of fun. And you get one cool thing is there's going to be a new class card. And every class gets... I'm almost dead here. See, this game is amazing. I love it. This game is great. Every class gets a Death Knight, which will have this healer is doing just kicking ass. He's pulled me in, healing me up, fighting back the Zerg. We have the flag, and this game is really close. This is a fun game. So each hero has a Death Knight card, and you can, when you play that Death Knight card, you'll immediately do something, gain 5 armor, and it'll morph your hero power. So that's really cool. It's going to be a new cool addition to the game. We also have quests from the Ungoro expansion. So there's just a ton of different decks and comps and things. Tons of different ways to play this game too. I play Cthulhu decks and stuff like that too. It's really quite fun. Let's see what else that's going on. There's going to be a lot more Death Rattle minions, and the Death Rattle minions that are going to get a lot stronger in this game. So N'Zoth decks by proxy are going to be a lot stronger. This also means like control decks in general, just beyond, are going to be a lot better. Right now the meta was very aggro focused, and for good reason, but the games are going to be longer, better, and funner because of these control decks. And Lifesteal is going to be a new mechanic, and this is going to be, look at how awesome this is. This healer just healing me, just doing the best he can. I'm just taking so much damage, but look at my healing. It's crazy. He's putting the little wings on me. I'm still kicking butt, dropping seeds, just run around, makes the seeds insta cast. See, I'm just dropping tons of seed. Lifesteal is going to be a new mechanic in the new expansion. This is great. Look at my healing. I healed all the way back up. This is going to help out classes like Warlocks, I feel like, a lot, and control decks. So it's going to be a really awesome expansion. Hope you guys like watching this video. I'm going to let you guys watch the rest of this match unabated. Look at my damage there. It's amazing. Talk to you later, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Dude, I only have 2 killing blows, though, but look at the damage I've done. Oh, my God. Crazy amount of damage. I love it. No, I died at the very end. Oh, but look at my damage. It's like nobody's even close. Oh my God, this spec is amazing. Dude, This warrior is just running around executing people. I'm damaging them so much. Crazy damage. Look at that. That is unbelievable. I gotta play this again to try it out. I was getting healed too a little bit, but the healing from both teams was what kept it going. Crazy. Not enough killing blows, so the damage quality wasn't that high, but